I have a follow-up question. It may be a silly question. What should we do if we do not want to be the ones on the losing end of nature's restructuring? Frankly speaking, we feel suffocating staying at home because we have nothing else to do except listening, organizing, and translating the lectures all day. So I sometimes think that I may be left behind from society and become useless. Also, I think about how I can prepare myself to get back to society and be useful once the economy reopens. I want to know if we just need to listen to the lectures or do something else to prepare for the reopening of the economy. Listening to lectures means finding yourselves in those lectures. And if you are looking for an answer for yourself, but can't find it in the lectures, then you can ask me directly to receive an answer. This is not a lecture, but you are receiving the laws by listening to it. You should know the difference between general lectures and my teachings. General lectures are someone's teachings that are summarized from the books. But my talks are the laws that I teach in my way without reading any books. Intellectuals give lectures, but an ignorant person like me do not lecture, but give out laws. They are different. Both of you are intellectuals. What should intellectuals do in New York City? If you know the answer, then you can enter New York City to do that. The fact that you are a step away from New York and adjacent to it means that you are preparing yourselves to go into New York. Then what should you do to enter New York? You have to study about New York to find the answer. After learning about New York City through research, you need to realize what you have to do for New Yorkers and New York City. To figure out what to do, you can think about what to do for the people in the middle class or a little bit lower than the middle class because you are intellectuals in the middle class. If you have a superior thought process, then you have to plan for people whose thought process is a little bit lower than you. If you make a plan with this in mind, then you are approaching society correctly. People who do necessary work for New York can never be harmed, but only grow. So if you are living outside of New York, then you should know why you are living outside of the city. For example, in Korea, someone opens up a coffee shop. This is equivalent to entering society. You need to have a reason for opening a coffee shop in that region. The fact that you have begun a societal activity in that region means that you are entering to study that region first. You should enter society to learn, not to make money. If you do, then nature will give you lessons to learn this fact. If you don't live to do something necessary for society, you will not be treated well, and your activities will be ineffective even if you work hard. As time passes, your life will become more impoverished. If you try to solve this forcefully, you will be in a vicious cycle of hardship. If you cannot adapt to a certain situation when it happens, you will be left behind. So everything is the same. You have to have a good reason to enter society, even if it's a small ideology, to do something beneficial to society. Then the money will come to you even if you don't try to make money. You start a business just to make money, but you haven't researched what society needs. So when you open a business to start learning about this society, social energy comes to you. the locals will come and people will come to teach you. All the energy will come to you to help you learn these lessons. Success in life is determined by what kind of mindset you have in approaching society. People who make an effort to do something beneficial for American society will never face hardship. In other words, if you make an effort to do something good for New York, you will not face difficulty. If you are in Maryland, what will you do for Maryland? If you opened a small business in order to learn and study about Maryland, then it is nature's principle to support you in studying in all of these environments. So you need to think about how to approach society. Then the money will come even if you don't try to make money. You should then use that money to pay for activities that can benefit society and its citizens. These activities will give you joy in the new era. If this plan is drafted in Korea and shared with the world as a model in how to enter society, then it will be valuable just the same. I will give you all the messages from now on.